I woke up sick this morning, so I'm gonna make my own cough and cold syrup. Don't forget to start off with your coffee because, like, why not? I'm using yarrow. I'm using mullein leaf, which is gonna be good to break up that mucus like in your chest. And then I'm also gonna use hyssop, which is a natural expirant. Breaks up mucus. It's in the mint family. It makes the cough and cold syrup taste really good. Linden leaf, I'm noticing that this cold is mainly in my nose area, so that's really gonna break up congestion in your nose. Peppermint to get you that mentholy, oh I can breathe now type feeling. Then the most important thing you want is elderberry. That's gonna build your immune system and help shorten the length of the cold. Then I also add some cinnamon for flavor because I really like how it makes the cough and cold syrup taste. You'll need some distilled water, or you can use some spring water. And then what you're going to do is just put 2 cups of that into a pan, bring it to a simmer. And then you're going to tailor the amount of herbs that you use based off of how you feel. Again, I'm having a lot of nose congestion and it's kind of like a head nasally type cold. So I'm really relying heavily on the linden leaf and the mullein leaf to break up the mucus. So I'm going to use 1 to 2 tablespoons of each. Here I use 2 tablespoons of all the herbs except for the peppermint because I didn't want it to be too pepperminty. But yeah, you want to base it off of who you're making it for. Like if you're making it for a kid, maybe you want to have a bit more peppermint in there. Kids really like that. If you're making it for like someone older, maybe you want to rely heavily on the elderberry because they need an immunity boost to help them get through the cold. So I take all of my ingredients, I mix them up, and then the last and one of the other most important is going to be ginger root. I like to use fresh ginger root, but you can also use ginger root powder that you get from the store as well. But this is going to act as a natural antibiotic to really fight the infection. That in conjunction with the yarrow, they both fight infection. So those together are going to be amazing. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm just cutting up a little piece of it. I'm going to slice that up into like some little squares. And then once I get it, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be too fine because you're going to simmer this and it'll have all the natural ingredients in the mix. So I pop that in there and then give it a good little mix. And after that, I place a cover over it and I put it on the stove in between like a 2 and a 4. And I let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. If you're interested to see the rest, stay tuned for part 2.